Gentlemen, this is Javier with The Real Javier Novoa, a channel, a platform, and a modality where we apply the principles of spirituality, philosophy, mysticism, and business to rapid lifestyle transformation. I just got off several coaching sessions, ladies and gentlemen, and these coaching sessions are actually starting to take up the majority of our work here on The Real Javier Novoa. We are going into a direct coaching and consultational modality. I'm coaching individual clients as well as consulting with individual business owners and people who want to rapidly transform their lives. And I just wanted to discuss the tenor and the vibrational signals that I get from the majority of people that I'm coaching. And that is, people are still trying to approach this modality because they're so trained by the prison grid to give effort and to give they don't want to. Well, they're approaching this with the semblance of effort, with a mentality of I have to roll up my sleeves and I have to work hard and I have to do things that I don't want to do. While we do encourage discipline with your state and discipline techniques, we always encourage pursuing that path of least resistance, that path which feels best for you. And I wanted to introduce today a framing of these issues that will perhaps help a lot of people. And this framing is: feeling follows form, so focus on the form. Ladies and gentlemen, just as we've talked about in videos prior, an athlete who focuses on his form, everything else will fall into place. But when an athlete focuses on the score, focuses too much on how he's doing vis-a-vis other athletes, and so on and so forth, that's when he starts to falter, and that's when things start to break down. What you have to focus on always and above all is your form. And when we go into the law of assumption modality, when we go into this modality of reality creation, it also unfolds on the tabletop, so to speak, of physical reality in duality and multiplicity, and therefore it becomes simply part of the game. And when you approach the game from a state of being trapped inside the game, that's when you get too tense and you oftentimes end up losing the game. But in any game, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's chess, whether it's the game of business, the game of relationships, or the game of this high leveraged reality creation, you will win the game 100% by putting yourself outside of the game and by reducing the importance that you give to the game. Let me explain it a little bit more, because perhaps some of you won't be following me here. All of these modalities of reality creation, you see, whether it's law of attraction or law of assumption, whether it's Abraham Hicks or Neville Goddard, whether it's Vadim Zeland with reality transurfing, they all couch it in different terms. But what all of them really are is leveraging the inner to affect a result on the outer. And what is the inner? It is thoughts and feelings. And all of these modalities teach and know, because it's based upon scientific proof, it's based upon the teachings that we've received from all of the indigenous traditions and religious traditions of mankind, and all of the philosophies, the valid philosophies of mankind, that when your heart and your mind connects, that is a power punch. Therefore, the main theme of all of these methodologies, I will simplify it down for you in one statement, that is, the main theme is you pick what you want and then you align your feelings with that. You feel natural about it and you feel good about it. And when your good feelings click into place, then you start achieving what you want on the outer. It starts coming to you effortlessly. Now, there are other modalities of achievement. There is the modality of applying yourself, of working hard, And that does lead to achievement. But why does it lead to achievement? It all boils down to, again, when you work hard enough, you feel like you've earned it, and therefore you give yourself the permission to align your feelings into place. That's the basic essence of all of these philosophies. But there's an even deeper and easier way than all of these. It takes into account all of these philosophies, because no one is saying that you don't have to believe and you don't have to feel good in order to attain what you want. That's the definition of getting in the vibration of it. Because when you're in the vibration of what you want, and it's proven in physics and in philosophy since the time of the atomists and the Epicureans and the Stoics, and even before that, since the time of the Vedas, that reality is vibrational. That's been proven. So, when you vibrate in accordance to something, that's the definition of being in resonance with it. That's the definition of having it in your experience, having it show up in your experience. So, to get vibrationally in tune with that is the only thing that you have to do. But people then get crazy about this. And then they try to get vibrationally in tune with it. They make the getting in vibrationally in tune with it important. And as we know through the works of all of the great teachers and the great sages, when you ascribe too much importance to something, what are you in definition doing? You're abdicating your divinity. You're abdicating your power to that. And you can just as easily abdicate your power to the idea, to the concept of getting into alignment with something and having to get into alignment with it, as you can abdicate your power to winning someone's approval on the outer or getting something on the outer. I hope I'm making a little bit of sense here. How can we make this a little bit more concrete? Krishnamurti talked about. Remember, the concept is not the thing. As Korzybski said, the map is not the territory. When we learn a concept such as, let's say I have the concept of being a good driver. I can learn and understand that concept, and I can seek that concept. I can drive with a book in my hand and try to become a good driver. But making that too important, I'm going to screw up in my driving because I'm going to be more focused on attaining the concept, you understand, than I am driving the car and actually having my body get viscerally practiced in driving that car. It's like dancing as well. I took some dance classes with my significant other recently, and she and I were dancing, and I wasn't a very experienced dancer. And I was trying to learn these concepts and trying to keep up with the beat at the same time. And the dance teacher said, wait a minute, I just want you to let loose and just to go with the beat and sort of keep the concepts in the back of your mind. It's exactly like this methodology. So now, as opposed to seeking vibrational alignment as a concept, because especially when many people study Abraham Hicks, who says, and she's absolutely correct, make your main effort to feel good. But what she means and what they do is a totally different thing. What they do is they try to feel good and then feel guilt about not feeling good, and then feel that if they don't feel good, then they can't get their desire. And this is not true. Why is that? Abraham Hicks, of course, teaches this, but you have to follow her for a long time and you have to listen to a lot of her lectures, as does Neville. He even says that this feeling is not an emotional feeling, the feeling of the wish fulfilled, but it's rather a feeling of the naturalness of the thing that you're trying to acquire. Because the feelings, ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you feel good most of the time, that means you're on the vibration and the wavelength of your desire. Because if you weren't on the wavelength of your desire, you wouldn't feel good. You follow? But trying to feel good all the time is a negative experience, I believe, as Mark Manson said. So there is something deeper. You don't have to feel good. You don't even have to feel it natural to have what you want. Why? Because you are one with the divine. Does God have to try to feel natural about what he wants? No. Because he just is it. So, stemming from that knowing, and you can know this immediately. We went into the video about knowing a few days ago, where knowing You can bypass all of the trying to believe. You can bypass all of the suggestions and so on and so forth by knowing. And I want you to know this, that you are already the divine and you are already one with everything that you want. And you don't have to feel good for it because you already have it. Therefore, know it and be in the form of the state of it. Then all of the feelings will follow. And why, ladies and gentlemen? Because you're going to feel good because you're in the state of what you want. And that's what I wanted to teach here. You don't have to believe for it. You don't have to feel for it. You don't have to earn it. I'm trying to get my clients in our coaching away from trying to feel it, away from making effort on the inner to feel it, because that's all just effort. It's just like exterior effort. Excuse me. Rather, what I'm trying to get our clients to know and to do is to take on the form and the state of it, declare it to the world. I don't care how you feel. Declare that you have it, know that you have it, detail the having of it as much as you can in imagination and in journaling. That's detailing the state. Then give it to yourself and say, I don't care how I feel because I have it, and your feelings will follow that. And then on the outer, everything that has to happen will happen. Your feelings will follow it and you will achieve it, but you know that you've already achieved it now on the inner. I hope that helps. It's due to many coaching calls that I've had, and I just want people to understand this, that feelings follow form, not the other way around. You're not going to get into the state by trying to earn it. Rather, you just get into the state immediately. You know it, and you have it. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy our videos. If you enjoy our videos, please continue to share them. Please comment on them. And please subscribe and like to the channel. It helps us get the word out to as many people as possible. I am doing coaching calls. I will put my email in the description. It's an exciting modality that's really taking off. And an announcement, ladies and gentlemen, this week, on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going on the road, ladies and gentlemen. The Real Javier Novoa Studio is going to Galveston, Texas. We're going to be taking a lot of videos down there with the beautiful scenery on the beach, perhaps taking videos on the drive there, and we're going to be discussing important and detailed topics in rapid lifestyle transformation from the beautiful scenic views of Galveston, Texas. You don't want to miss that. So until very soon, ladies and gentlemen, until tomorrow, with much love and appreciation, this is Javier, and I'll see you very soon.